Hi my dear friends, and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. In today's video we have an exciting new tease for the Book of Boba Fett, so without much further ado and without any more jibber jabber, let's dive straight into it. In a new interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Temuera Morrison has teased that episode 7, the season finale, is going to be huge. We're only 2 episodes in, but the season finale is going to debut on February the 9th. And in one of his many interviews, Temuera Morrison said that while fans can expect surprises and excitement throughout the series, we are in for something big in the 7th episode, the season finale. And here is the direct quote. Yes, full of surprises, we've got good stuff coming up. Ooh, wait till episode 7, wow. As I covered in yesterday's video, Temuera Morrison and Ming-Na Wen have said there are big characters, big villains coming up, or as they put it, colourful chaps. Now when it comes to Star Wars, in particular in the Mandalorian universe, big reveals in the final episode are becoming a tradition. The Mandalorian Season 1 ended with Moff Gideon breaking out of his crashed TIE fighter, holding the ignited darksaber, and of course the big one was the Season 2 finale with Luke Skywalker, and then of course the post-credit sequence with Boba Fett and Fennec Shand taking over Jabba's palace from Bib Fortuna. So Temuera Morrison is saying that we can expect something of great magnitude for the last episode. Now, as I also covered, Dave Filoni is rumoured to have episode 6, which leads into that last episode by Robert Rodriguez. Now I must say that while this interview got me really excited for that last episode, let's enjoy each episode as they come. But this series so far, only 2 episodes in, is already in my opinion over-delivering. I'm curious to see who these colourful chaps are going to be, and of course now Temuera Morrison hyping the season finale. But let's address that at the time. I'm more excited about chapter 3 in just a few days time. We have to allow the story to take us on a journey, episode by episode, one at a time. Now in light of upcoming surprises, whether they're character appearances or plot twists or whatever, those are just the cherry on top. I love this series because of the plot and the way that Boba's character has been so eloquently developed. I'm not in it just for the surprises, but they are what keeps us on our toes and makes us excited and speculating on what's going to come next. Jon Favreau, who wrote every single episode apart from 6, which is co-written with Filoni, has so far done an amazing job of deepening themes that encompass Boba's personality and life experiences. Temuera Morrison even spoke about this in a new interview with E, and he brought up the whole idea of rebirth out of the Sarlacc. This is a new chapter of Boba's life, and it's one which has been combined so well with the traumas of his past, as well as finding a sense of belonging amongst the Tusken Raiders before we see him in The Mandalorian Season 2. So now my dear friends, we're going to stay on the subject of the Book of Boba Fett, because in a separate interview, Temuera Morrison name drops Mace Windu as a character that Boba Fett has still got anger towards. The interviewer asked what the main difference between Jango and Boba Fett was, and Temuera Morrison instantly brings up that Boba has a lot of pain, a lot of anger, and he also mentions simmering violence, especially towards characters like Mace Windu. Now this is really interesting that he name drops him, and it adds to this whole idea that we could see Mace Windu either in the current timeline if he survived the fall in episode 3, or alternatively in a flashback. Either way, you guys know I really want to see Mace Windu again. Temuera Morrison may have just name dropped Mace because he was an important person in Boba's past, someone that Boba sought out to kill after his father was beheaded by him, but the wording is certainly interesting, so keep that at the back of your minds. You never know if this has any importance going forward. Given the flashbacks to Attack of the Clones, I think it'd be weirder if Mace Windu doesn't appear in some capacity. So in my mind, I'm more convinced than ever that there's a good chance we may see him. Just 4 days to go until chapter 3 of the Book of Boba Fett. I really can't wait to know there are so many surprises coming our way, and of course the big finale in episode 7 as Temuera Morrison teases, this is the way. Okay, so finally my dear friends, we have some Star Wars gaming news. Bespin Bulletin have chimed in on what they've heard for the upcoming Star Wars games, Jedi Fallen Order 2 and LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. There's some interesting information, so let's dive into it. So they say, it's been quite some time since I mentioned the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. In January of 2020, I mentioned that the game was already in development and that EA wanted to release the title in fall of 2022. Months following, I heard details regarding characters appearing, and then shortly after, the world was in chaos. And then Bespin Bulletins say they asked for an update because we've now entered the year that they were told the title was planned to be released. And they've now heard that the goal is to officially unveil footage at Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim. They then reached out to other sources who told them the same, so we could be getting our first footage this coming May. They even mention a possible May the 4th announcement date. Now they also reveal some really interesting details. Apparently the Fallen Order sequel is not going to have the name Fallen Order. It's going to be Star Wars Jedi, followed by new subtitle, but it's not going to be Fallen Order 2. It will be released under the same franchise of Fallen Order, but the name is going to be different. Apparently featuring returning characters from the first game, along with exciting existing Star Wars characters that were not featured in the first Jedi Fallen Order. But they do say they're not going to reveal any of these characters because they don't want to spoil the surprise. They go on to say from what they've gathered from various sources, following the Fallen Order sequel, the next game to release is Knights of the Old Republic, the remake, and that will be in 2023. And what they've heard for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which kept being pushed back, is that they're aiming for an April or May release date of this year. But they do warn that nothing is set in stone, and things are ever changing in the current landscape due to, of course, the pandemic. But that's the article, some really interesting insight. So that's pretty much all we have for today's video, guys. There wasn't as much news as yesterday, but if you missed that video, then go check out that news update. But otherwise, my dear friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please may I ask you to give me a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and a huge welcome if you are. And the link to my Patreon page is down there in the description. Tons of content not found here on YouTube. But otherwise, may the force be with you all. I'm Star Wars Meg. Have a good one.